Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone is staying safe and finding something to do in this time of quarantine. I finished finals a couple days ago, so I'm kind of just chilling, have a lot of free time right now. But I wanted to get this video up because it is a Q&A with a couple of my friends, my gals, and it's just us kind of answering a few questions, maybe a little bit more focused on Emory's social life, just because I know coming into Emory, you get really excited. You're excited to meet new people and kind of wanted more of like a spill the tea type of Q&A panel. So I hope you enjoy this video in that sense. And just a little disclaimer ahead of time that this is all like everyone's personal opinions. Like this is definitely whatever anyone says isn't going to be your exact experience. Like everyone goes through their own experience and we all love Emory, and the stuff we talk about is just kind of like things we're poking fun at or things we think that are important or just fun to talk to. Yeah, so I'm just gonna stop rambling and just let you watch the video, and I hope you enjoy it and stay till the end for this outro I'm gonna film in a sec.
So first, or I guess second question is Emory hard and like competitive? Can someone speak about that?
I feel like it depends on your major.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's like my majors are not particularly competitive because, creative writing is nice and psych is all about making people feel good often. So like I found a really supportive community, but I know people in other majors who do not feel that way. Like some STEM people feel like everyone's kind of out to get each other.
I don't know. I can talk for the STEM people, and like it's hard. Yeah, it's like I spend hours like at the library. I'm up all night over my tests. I'm constantly working on my STEM classes, but it's not competitive, I would say. Like I feel like everyone's like trying to help each other, like work on like labs together and stuff. So I would say it's definitely hard, but like not that competitive. But I don't know if I could speak for business.
Oh, the shade. Juna, you should take this one.
Yeah, so one thing about the business school that a lot of people don't know initially coming in is we are dependent on a curve, meaning how I do could change my peers' grade, and only a certain amount of people can get an A. But at the same time, I think there always will be people who like are competitive regardless of what major you are. There will be people who like just won't share their notes. But overall, in general, the vibe I'm getting at Emory is that we try to help each other out. We don't necessarily try to, tear each other apart. So I would say while there is a curve at the business school, it isn't necessarily a bad thing. And I think we overall try to, get along, help each other.
How are the dorms at Emory?
The freshman year dorms?
Yeah, freshman dorms. I feel like those will be more relevant.
Haley and I lived in Complex.
Yeah, we lived in Complex.
Katie
I loved Complex.
I loved it, but I hated it also.
I loved Complex because Complex, everyone gives it a really bad name and told me that it was like a jail that was far away from like everything. But it wasn't. Like you meet so many good people who live in complexes. We're all expecting it to be bad, and it was like totally fine. I met like almost all my best friends in Complex. Great. And I feel like
Very
it
good.
probably isn't for everyone, but I feel like Complex and Dobbs people really bond because they're not staying in like the newer dorms. So like it's definitely a very social experience to live in those dorms. I wouldn't say it was like unlivable though. I kind of liked it.
I totally was able to live there. I think it matters who you meet though. Like all the people I was meeting in my classes lived in the freshman quad, so I spent no time at Complex. I was always in their rooms in LSM or Raoul. And so I think like comparatively, I was like, wow, I'm like jealous.
Yeah. Tia, would you like to share about Alabama?
Yeah, I lived in Alabama, and my like living situation was really good because I had a triple, but it was just me and my roommate. So like our room was ginormous, and we had our own bathroom. So it was like, yeah, no, it was really good. I can't complain, but I don't think most of my friends came from like Alabama. If we're talking about like communities and residence halls, because there's like 90 people. It's the smallest, like one of the smallest residence halls. So I didn't like make a ton of friends in my residence hall, but like because our room was so big and nice, like all the friends that we made outside of Alabama like would always just come to our room and hang out. So I really liked it. Yeah.
Damn. I just realized that I never went to your dorm because I never got to decorate your bed or anything, so I never saw it.
It was
sad.
iconic. So big.
So sad. I guess Becky, you want to talk about our lovely time in
Oh,
Doms?
Me and
Spill the
Katie,
tea.
lived in the smallest room of the smallest dorm hall last year, as small as you can get. So you had to loft the beds because they didn't fit on the ground. And when you tried to like sit up, like you like hit your head on the ceiling. But on the good side, all bad stuff aside, we had a lot of fun. We had a lot of good memories. We still have people over just fine. The group chat was always fun. They always had like events, I guess. Yeah, it wasn't that bad, I guess.
Yeah. Tips to cheat the system though. That quiz you take.
Sustainability is role. So
Sustainability?
apparently if you write that you like care about the ecosystem and like you care
I'm
about
pretty
the
sure that one's Hamilton.
I don't know, but I heard
Either
sustainability.
way,
Oh, don't pick like single sex floors or something like that.
Yeah, because then you're doomed to Dobbs or complex.
I was like,
Or
yeah.
Alabama.
Yeah, you gotta have like co-ed floors so you get the
Yeah.
really nice like hotel feel.
That's why I didn't like complex as much though, because I feel like my RA, I don't know if Julie would agree, but our RA didn't do a very good job like even introducing us to each other.
Either way,
Savage!
like
Whoa!
living on a single sex floor definitely has its perks. Like there's like the communal bathrooms. So like if I was gonna walk to the shower and walk back, like I wouldn't have to worry about running into any boys. I knew on my floor was all girls.
Yeah, that's why I wanted single sex, but we ran into boys anyway because I would always go to the private bathrooms on the first floor where the boys were, and I always run into boys, and so the problem didn't even solve it.
Okay. Next one. How is the food at Emory?
Yo, who's gonna tell the incoming fresh?
Tia. I feel like Tia should do it. She's most recent.
Okay, well I can't complain about because I have like different eating habits than most other people. Like I just really like baby tomatoes, and they always have baby tomatoes at the Duck. And so I don't know. I was fine with it, but I know that a lot of people don't vibe with it. And yeah, I guess it gets repetitive but the people that work at the Duck are so nice too. So I don't know.
Oh, it is so much better this last year.
Yeah, I think they improved a lot in the past year.
I personally like it. I don't think it's that bad. I feel like it's good if you're on campus.
I love the socialness of it, like going, Katie, this year, like every single day.
Yeah.
It was fun to see people. And like I'm gonna be sad not going as much because I like run into so many people at the Duck. And I don't have a meal plan.
I feel like the big update though is that we like used to eat in a tent.
Yeah, that was
Like I feel like that needs to be shared. That we used to eat in a tent and now we don't. Now we have a beautiful dining hall and the food
It's
is like
gorgeous.
and there's like Caldi's on campus too, which Caldi's is really good. It's just expensive.
Yeah.
All these slaps.
like we only have one big dining hall. I know a lot of schools like UCLA or like big public schools, they have like 7 different dining halls, but I think Emory is just one of the cases where we have one gargantuan dining hall, and then apart from that we have like smaller cafes and like other places scattered around. But essentially there's like one huge ass dining hall that's like not bad because like we've experienced worse in the past.
Yeah, and you get like unlimited food, so
I like the Duck more than I like Cox because Cox is expensive. It's kind of a hit or miss sometimes. But I like that you can take it away. You literally cannot bring food out of the Duck unless you see it.
Oh, who wants to answer? How is the social scene?
I want
We
to
can start off. Yes, go Haley.
Okay, to start this off, when I applied to Emory, someone called me on the phone who went to Emory previously and told me that Emory's social life was horrible and that I would like never be going out and stuff like that and like never whatever. They just told me it was really bad. And I experienced the exact opposite. So I'm inclined to say that Emory and the social life is exactly what you make it. Like if you want to stay in your dorm, like if you're like, oh, it's a Friday night, I don't feel like going out, I have a lot of work, no one's going to judge you and no one's going to pressure you to go out. But if you want to, there's options for that as well. And I think getting involved in Greek life definitely helps like that with the interaction with other people. But I think that it's definitely a school with an emphasis on like if you have a lot to do or you just don't want to, no one's going to judge you for doing that for staying in, and no one's going to judge you for going out either. So it's really up to you what you're going to do. But I found that the social life is excellent, and it's the perfect balance for me.
I also found the social life to be just really fun. Like, especially sophomore year, like with my living situation being a little bit closer to everything, I was just able to kind of pop over to all the different frats or whatever whenever I wanted. And you know everyone. Like at big schools, you don't really know everyone in the houses. And so it can be kind of awkward sometimes, just from like going to other parties. And I don't know, I love knowing all the guys and having like my closest friends be like hosting things across the street for me. So I think it's fun.
Okay, so the biggest difference between like Emory's social life and life at like state schools is that they go out like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, they go out like every single day. And at Emory, like it's pretty much only Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then out of those 3 days, you would only go out like 2 out of 3.
Sometimes
Usually.
there's stuff on Wednesdays.
Yeah,
On like Halloween
Wednesday,
something.
but like not really.
Oh my god, no one talked about mags.
Oh yeah.
There's snags.
Yeah, I feel like you should talk about mags because it's like the freshman place.
Yeah, it's like not what you will imagine. Because I remember I heard a lot about mags before I went, and I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't that. It's kind of just like a really small, like kind of I don't know. It's a vibe, I guess, if you make it a vibe. It's I don't know. You wouldn't go there normally. You would not go there normally unless you go to Emory, and then you go on certain nights, and everybody that you've ever interacted with in your college experience is there, and it's fun those nights. So I think that it's an integral part of your Emory freshman experience.
Okay, yeah. Maggie's Neighborhood Bar and Grill is what we're referring to, and it's basically Emory's like hot spot, I guess. Like when you're a freshman, you don't really
It's more
know. Like
fun as a freshman, but like people still go until they're seniors.
exactly.
It's fun like the big nights when everybody goes. I mean, I'm not older, so I don't know like if it's fun for the older kids, but like when everyone went after, what was it? Like the frats had their bid,
Yeah.
whatever. Like that was fun. So
Yeah. So, and then I think what else do we do? People also go to like Buckhead and like Midtownish type of bars and areas. That's where a lot of people like to go. People also like to go to the clubs. So we have this thing called ATEL events. Are you a rep? Anyone here? No. Okay. Well, it's like hosted by like Emory students kind of that plan it. So they always have those like large events at like clubs where all of Emory goes to. I think those ones are fun. I don't know. I'm a big TNG proponent, so.
Yeah. I like District. It's probably my favorite like club venue.
The big one. What is it called when you start school? What's that?
Mansion.
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 Yeah.
Mansion. Your biggest mistakes are going to be made at Mansion.
Just go.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's a bigger mistake if you don't go.
Exactly.
Everyone goes, and yeah, maybe it's a shit show, but it's a good kind of shit show.
Exactly. Okay. What is dating like at Emory?
I
Can you
think
clarify
okay.
the question? Like, what do you mean dating?
I don't really know. Becky, you gave me this suggestion.
I wrote this one.
Wait, I have a comment.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think the big thing about dating at Emory is you can't really have dibs on someone for eternity. There's
Oh yeah.
you're gonna date someone that dated someone you know.
Oh my God, yes, facts.
There's a lot of incest. You gotta just be okay with that. Like it just causes more drama if you're like, that was my guy 2 years ago, because it's like there's only so many eligible
bachelors.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing is that like it's a small school, and that like if you date someone, like the dating scene at Emory is fine. Like a lot of people date, a lot of people don't. You're fine either way. It doesn't matter. But then the issue with a lot of people, I think, is that you have to be okay with the overlap, because there's it's not a big school. It's not huge. It's not like you're never going to see them again. You're going to see them. They're going to be in your chem class. Like it's going to happen.
I feel like how he's dating. I'm trying to think of like what other way to steer that topic.
There is something though called like a pretty well-known thing on our campus, like Emory goggles. Your standards get lowered. But then it happens. Your standards are lower and it's fine. But I think the girls are prettier than the guys are hot, personally.
Yeah. Well, also because Emory is majority girls. I think it's like 60.
Over 50% girls, right?
It's over 50% girls. So that makes sense. So oftentimes you'll see like these relationships where you'll be like, why is she with him? Like she can do better. But like that's just Emory.
Damn.
Just how it is.
Yeah, that's just funny because the Emory goggles, what they mean is like someone that might have been like, I guess like a 4 in your town. No, maybe like a 5 or 6 in your town or something. And when you go to Emory, they all of a sudden become like an 8.
Yeah.
So
but there's the other thing though about that. Sometimes it makes the guys worse because they kind of get on like their high horse about how attractive they are, and they're not the shit, but they act like they're the shit.
Oh my God, Ellie! Yeah. Ellie's just spilling it.
Wait, but also I feel like every guy is different depending on their major. I don't know. I just feel like business guys, some guys are just the cockiest guys I have ever met at Emory. Whereas like I don't know about the other majors, but like there definitely is like a thing where some guys think they're actually like this shit.
It's also like a different culture though, because like the guys here, they're different because they're not like fratty. Like when you see the frats, it's not like the typical frattiness you'll see. Like I've been to like UF and I've been to like big state schools where like the frat culture is like a lot more intense. So, which I think is a good thing in a sense that people are like really nice. Like honestly, you can't really do anything very like shady or bad to anyone because people will find out. So like it kind of keeps people in check in a way that like everyone knows each other. What's your least favorite thing about Emory?
I can go, I guess, because I told my answer to Katie earlier. But I don't know if it'd be like the least favorite, but like something that I
so you don't like, I guess.
Something that I don't like that much is just like, I guess like going out culture. Like I feel like there have been times where like I wanted to go out, like I had a bad day and like I wanted to go do something, and like not a lot of people were down to go do something. Like usually that's not an issue, but sometimes there's not always something going on like a Friday night. Like there's literally nothing. And so you can go out to Buckhead if you want, but no one you know is going to be there. So I guess that's what I would say, is that not everyone's always down to do something when you are.
True. Like you have to figure out like if people are all sending a certain place or like what's the move.
There's always like one move. There's not like a bunch of options you can just show up to and expect other people to be there. Like it has to be like a move. Like it's got to be a Mags night or like a Buckhead night.
Or like on a weekend, everything's happening on Friday. Like all 4 frats are sending a different place on Friday and nothing's happening on Saturday.
Yeah.
So choose on Friday and then you're stuck on Saturday rather than like, I don't know, split it up a little bit.
I feel like Emory can get kind of cliquey sometimes because it's a small school. I don't know. Does anyone else think that? I feel like sometimes there are cliques that form. And while everyone's like very nice and like open to each other, there are like groups of people that like lump together. And like, especially when you get older, it's like harder to kind of like, but I guess this is kind of like everywhere.
I feel like this is also a Greek life thing. I don't know if, I don't know for sure because I'm not in Greek life, but I feel like a lot of people in Greek life feel like there are cliques, and I don't know about, other people.
Yeah. I mean, for me, like not being involved in Greek life, I guess, I think for the cliquey part, I can attest to that because I think for, I don't know, maybe it's just a business thing, but a lot of like my friends tend to be like my majors. So I think I don't have a lot of friends that aren't like, non-business kids. But yeah, there definitely are cliques that exist. And I think that's also because like we're so small. I don't know. It's also, I don't know, just for me, I feel like a lot of majors tend to stick with each other.
I remember right off the bat freshman year, like first couple months, it felt very high school to me sometimes. Like there were just people who randomly decided that like those were the only people they could interact with, even though we'd only known each other for, I don't know, 6 months. Like 6 weeks. I was a part of one of those even for like a little bit, and then kind of decided that wasn't the vibe I wanted for college.
I think you find your group of people eventually. Especially like I see the clickiness with like the business school just because you know everyone and it's like small. But I think with like other majors in the college, like I know the philosophy majors, like we're all friends with a bunch of different people and like you make friends in your classes. But I think it's really important that Emory like find your group eventually. And I think that's at any college too, because definitely in the beginning it was a little clicky and then everyone was like, no, this is not what we want. And then you kind of narrow it down, you jump around a little bit, you end up staying friends with most of the people you met freshman year. Maybe you're not that close, but like you find your group of people eventually. Oh wait, we meant to say that like the sororities are like all the sororities are friends. Like it's not like you just join a sorority.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
like that's your whole friend group. Like that's not at all how it is at Emory, which
I feel like most friend groups span between multiple sororities anyway. Like there aren't really that many friend groups that are like strictly like one sorority. Like most of them are like all spread throughout, which is really cool.
Yeah, I becoming friends with people in my sorority this year because I was living with them. So that was really great for like meeting more people. But I have more friends probably in Kappa than I do in 85.
Yeah, so like I think that's so important about Emory, and that's what I love about the like Emory social scene is that like everyone's in a different sorority or everyone's like if you're not in Greek life or whatever, like everyone's still friends with each other. It's not like you cut people off once you get into different.
Exactly. And the reason for that is because we rush our spring semester. So like you make all your friends first and then the people who choose not to join Greek life, they don't like you're still friends with them and like or the people that do join Greek life and they're in like a different sorority, you're still friends with them.
All right, so here's the outro, but thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. And for all those seniors out there that have already committed to Emory, definitely reach out to me if there's any videos you specifically want to see, or you can DM me. I'm actually getting better at responding to DMs because I know how to like see them separately anyways, but I'm hopefully will be good at answering questions, and I'd love to help you guys get more insight into what Emory life is like. And I know it's a sucky time that no one gets to really visit campus, so I want to help out as much as possible.